Welcome. It's time for some news regarding our most recent 3DViewStation releases. You see the announcements in our website, of course, in the news section, and also a little bit more detailed in our blog section. Yeah, for instance, here, one of the new features, rendering 2D, 3D mix in mix environment. Some details, some examples, some images. We invite you, as usual, to visit us, to revisit us from time to time, and to review what has been changed and added. So let's start with a whole bunch of 2D stuff. So we added more sophisticated 2D layer control. You now can activate, deactivate single layers if you have. As you typically know from your CAD system, you can also hide all the layers at once or show all layers at once, and manipulate your layers, whatever you need. Staying with 2D, we have had some customers asking for being able to copy text out of a 2D drawing into the clipboard and then to paste it into some other applications. Here's an example. We're just using Word. All you do is a kind of selection frame around some text, and if the 2D drawing is really text, then we are able to capture the text and provide it through the clipboard. Another enhancement for 2D is that some PDF documents might have attached documents, and these attached documents might be PDF with even more PDF or other documents. And here's a little demo example, no real content, where we load a major PDF, a master PDF, with some attached other PDF or DXF or whatever kind of files. So it could also be some pure text information, it could be geometric information, so it could be a JT, a CATIA, whatever you like. It could be a Word document. So everything can be mixed up. It's not limited to PDF linking to or attaching to PDF. The last one in the 2D space going into the 3D is we can now also load 2D drawings, which we usually show in, let's say, in 2D mode. We can also open them now in 3D mode, at least certain ones like DWG and DWF or DXF. And we did first display them in a kind of isometric view, and from there, for instance, you can drag and drop simply any kind of 3D geometry, like our model car we have been using in other demos coming from SolidWorks, and loading it into a scene which has been started from a 2D drawing, actually. Yeah, different topic, attributes. So many CAD data might have attributes, and if you hover over a part with attributes, you sometimes see some slashes in between the attributes. And if you have slashes in between the attributes, this typically tries to indicate that there should be a hierarchy. And what we are doing is at least the first level of the hierarchy we are going to show, and from there we will populate the rest of the attributes. So rather than having all attributes flat under our attributes pane, we organize them a different way. The focus function we have. So if you search a part, you click on the part or in the structure tree, say please focus, and when we set the camera focus on it, we're now allowed to do that in a little bit animated way. Yeah? So you can also set some parameters that maybe the environment should be ghosted, how fast the rotation should be, and so forth. And you find in the settings, you find some parameters over here. Best fit. So for best fit, it means how to position two objects as good as possible upon each other, for instance, in order to prepare a comparison. Here one case where one is an original CAD file, the other one has been scanned. And this is something probably rather difficult. And what 3DViewStation does, it tries to find the best possible position for those. Another example, both are coming from native CAD, but on the other side, these parts are not really identical. They are rather similar. And we try to also find, let's say, a best fitting position for those. So it's not too bad what we're doing, and as you're seeing, it's really fast. So what I showed was real time. And the third example in that is if those parts are identical. So then, of course, the superpositioning should be perfect. And the easiest way to see that is if you try to select it, you see some set fighting. So the magenta one is the one, and the gray one was the other one. Measurements, we have accumulated lengths, we have edge lengths, we have accumulated lengths, but what we now added is that you simply take one point, a second point, and we try to find the shortest connecting line between these points, and then also accumulate the lengths, and measure it. And as always, you can also use it as a dimensioning function. Different example, setting the first point, setting the second point, and so forth. So you always see in the window here the segment lengths also, and also, of course, the final one. So we do that unless you do the right click. And if you do the right click, then we finish the function, or we create a text annotation. We do have people who would like to know, let's say, from welding fillets, what the length is of them. And what they told us what they would like to use is a section line. So as an example here, simply sectioned one part. Now I created the section line, and now, of course, on the section line I can also use the same functionality. It's a wire, so or the function works on all wires or edges, whatever you do. Right click and you get the result indicated. Different topic, structure tree. So, in the structure tree we did have a copy and paste, for instance, if you want to manipulate it. But we know that we have a couple of customers who would like really to manipulate the structure tree by drag and drop, which is rather easy. And you now see a highlighting with the blue one. You see in the very left a little arrow showing up or down and so forth. And if you then drop the part, it indicates whether the part should be dropped prior to the position or lower of the position. And belonging to the same topic, we are now also able to export the structure tree directly through the user interface of 3DViewStation desktop. Of course, we had an API function for that in the past already. The export into a CSV means comma-separated values, so you see all the commas indicating the hierarchy level in the structure tree. The last one of our news video over here is a beginning of a very complex rule engine we added. So it's a small entry field right now. The documentation so far can be provided on demand. What kind of keywords our engine understands, and you can. Here's a few examples we have prepared for specifically that assembly we have over here. So you now can build very complex expressions which you would like to use to select something. Give me all parts with a certain attributes, with a certain color, volume smaller than this or bigger than that, whatever you can do. Yeah, that's it in short for the new release, and happy working with it. Thank you.